What's up, hot dog homies? Today we are making 3 regional hot dogs that every hot dogger should know. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm your host Twan, and this is the Hot Dog Show. Hey, we're going all the way out to the East Coast for the classic New York dog with a little bit of sauerkraut. I know, East is that way, as we discovered in one of the other videos, but you're probably just watching this for the first time, so you don't even know what we did last time. We've got some New York dogs here, and we're just gonna use New York dogs for all of our hot dogs today. Nathan's, the original Coney Island Frankfurters. So first up, we're gonna get a couple of our hot dogs on the griddle. And we gotta slap it a dough. Let's get this guy going. All right. Oh, and while we're at it, we're actually gonna take this. This is for our last dog, and I'm super excited to make this dog because it is near and dear and fun, but we gotta have this little guy going. We gotta get some heat. Actually, we're gonna put this in the middle for right now. That's gonna get all nice and blistered up and charry and ready for our last dog. So, while we are waiting for this slow sizzle on this dog, we're gonna grab a bun, and we're gonna get that heating up as well. I think we'll just take that, put that on the back right here. Now, if this were a true New York dog, you'd probably steam it, but I like a little crisp on my buns. I like a little toastiness on my buns. I like them to be nice and soft and warm in the middle and a little crispy on the outside. Each one of these regional dogs, we're gonna do a couple of things here and there just to make them a little bit better. Oh yeah, so now this is perfect. Our bun is nice and warm. We got a little toast on it. That's feeling nice. And here's what we're gonna do with this. This is gonna make our New York dog just a touch better. We're gonna take our kraut, juice and all, and we're gonna get that on the griddle. And we're gonna let that steam that hot dog. Now, before it gets too crispy, I love a little fresh cracked pep. A little fresh cracked pep on there. That's great. That's looking good already. What we're waiting for here is just for it to crisp up just a little bit. We want some crispy sauerkraut. Our dog is actually ready. Wow, that looks good. And this, I didn't want to go too crazy with this, so let's get our bun open. See how nice and soft that is? We're gonna go right in. Oh yeah, that looks great. All right, next up, on the dog, we're gonna get some mustard. Oh, we had a blowout, folks. A mustard blowout. All right, check out this kraut. This is amazing. And when we come back, we are making I think one of the most iconic dogs that you can make and have. And I'm gonna show you a few tips in order to make that dog just a little bit better. There's some things, and then I want to do a little fresh cracked pep right on top of that. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. All right, here you have it, your first regional dog, the New York City Kraut Dog. Forget about it, it's the New York City freaking hot dog. Oh, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. We're heading over to the Windy City for the Chicago dog. That's what I'm talking about. All right, first up, as you know, a Chicago dog has a poppy seed bun. Now, where we're at, we don't have poppy seed buns. They're not readily available, at least they weren't today. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna make a little egg wash, separate our yolk, and then that just goes back. Just kidding, I wouldn't do that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna egg yolk, a little bit of water. Thanks, Echo. She knows what's up. Grab our silicone brush. We're gonna mix this water and this egg yolk. We're making our own poppy seed bun because not everybody lives near Chicago and can get the poppy seed buns. I think that if you go to like a high-end butcher, you'll probably be able to get poppy seed buns from them. So we're gonna coat this liberally, coat your buns liberally, and we're gonna get that. So I've got my oven going at about 300 degrees. We're gonna throw, are these poppy seeds? Those are black sesame seeds. Oops, wrong seed. Hold on. Poppy seeds. So we're gonna get a few of these poppy seeds going. And you're gonna put more of the poppy seeds on than you think you need because they're just gonna come off. So once our bun is all coated up, that looks pretty good to me. We're gonna stick it into our oven. So we've got our oven set at about 250. So we're just gonna go in here, put our bun in. We're gonna leave that for about 5 minutes and just let that get going. So our dog is going. I'm gonna turn this down because our dog is splitting all over the place. That's fine, it's crispy. One of the things that kind of gets under my skin about Chicago dogs is that they always put big chunky vegetables on it. Now I know that that's the way it's supposed to be, but I just don't like that much on the vegetable. So what I like to do is I like to take my mandolin and try not to cut my finger off. Make sure that I get consistent cuts like this on our tomatoes. Next up, as you know, pickles. You gotta have pickles on that Chi-Town dog. And I happen to really like these Grillo pickles. They're super good. What we're gonna do, again, do we want big chunky pickles? No, I wanna take this pickle down just a little bit. And it is time to sharpen the knives. So that's looking pretty good to me. So we got that and our pickles. And of course, you gotta have the rest. Now, you can get these, you can get them on Amazon. Get these down at my local butcher. Absolutely great. You gotta have the fluorescent green relish and the sport peppers. If you can't get sport peppers, you could sub in like the yellow chili peppers. They're kind of the same, but not quite. These have a little bit more bite to them. And again, one of the things that bugs me about the traditional way of making these is that you really get like all this chunky vegetable. And so half the time you're dragging half the condiments off, half your toppings off with every single bite. Cause maybe you get a pickle, maybe you get a tomato, and it's just a real pain in the butt to eat. So what I like to do is just create some consistency with the vegetables. And that goes for the sport peppers as well. So I'm gonna slice those in half this way. And it's also gonna make for a really pretty dog when we put it together. I think that'll probably do it, but I'll do one more. And this knife is dull. I need to get something going on with that. All right. Now that we've got our relish, one thing you can't forget, celery salt. It goes on top of all that. All right, so this is looking perfect. All of our poppy seeds are nice, coated on the bun, and it's gonna come apart, but you know, who gives a shit? Look at how steamy the inside of that bun is. All right, so I've built a couple Chicago dogs in my day, and in my heyday. So there's definitely a good order to put these in. So first off, I like to put in the tomato, and I'm gonna stack it just like this. And this is why I actually cut the tomatoes just a little bit thinner so that they would do that. You don't wanna go too thin with the tomatoes because then you won't taste them. Now, this is where some of the little pro moves come in. Pro tip, bro, pro tip. We're gonna salt our tomato. We're gonna pepper our tomato. Like I said, traditional is great, but kicking it up a notch is even better. We're gonna kick it up a notch, just like Emeril Lagasse. Boom, bam, pow. Or as I like to say, now these pickles, I'm gonna cut a little bit thinner just because I can't get everything in there the way I want. Sometimes the bun's too small for all your stuff. I think we're gonna go in on that side with the pickle. This side, we're going in with the green relish. Pull it around so you can see what's going on. Our green relish, like that. This also gets some chopped onions. Nice white diced onion all the way across there. It's looking really nice. Now we got to hit it with the yellow. Boy, I'm just like really squirting all over the place today. Can't seem to get my stuff together. That gets topped with your sport peppers. And actually, I am super stoked that I cut them that way, because this, not only is it gonna taste good, but it's gonna look good. And we can't forget the crowning moment, little bit of this celery salt. And I'm telling you, I bought these dollar store shakers just for this, because it works out perfectly. And that, my friends, is a Midwestern classic, the Chicago dog. Just as the song goes, New York to Chicago to LA, we're rounding out our 3 regional dogs with our last dog, the LA Danger Dog. And that's a bacon wrap dog. And as you can see, we have our little sidecar pepper up here. This thing is blistering up nice. And I'm just gonna give it a little puncture like that. Let some of that air out. Ooh, that's beautiful. And then, so we're just gonna cook that up. While our hot dog is cooking up, we're gonna make a little quick guacamole, because this dog gets guacamole, it gets salsa, it gets mustard, mayo, and they normally put ketchup on it, but I'm just not a ketchup guy on hot dogs. I know, but I'm also not a snob. Don't be a hot dog snob, you know? Everybody gets to put whatever they want on their hot dog. All right, we're just gonna make a quick guacamole. And how we do that, by the way, I still haven't cleaned that up from the last video over there. I don't know, Molly's been on me about it the whole time. So we've got 1 avocado. We're going in, we've got limes. And that's one of the most wonderful things about living out here in California. We actually have a big lime tree out there. And then we're just gonna mash up. We have a big lime tree out there. We're gonna mash up, check out our limes. We're gonna mash up, you see our tree? It's got all kinds of limes on it. Then we're just gonna mash this up.
Hey neighbor, you want some limes?
We're gonna mash this up. Come on, mash. In this lime juice. This is gonna give us what we need. Better check our dog. Oh baby, oh baby. That's it, yep. I gotta turn this fan on or we're gonna be in major trouble. To our guacamole, we're just gonna hit it with a little bit of salt, and that's gonna make up the guacamole for our LA Danger Dog. So once it's crisped up, we're gonna be putting this baby together. Now, I also put a little cheese. I like a little cheese on these. So it's gonna be cheese, guac, salsa, mustard, mayo, and instead of ketchup, hot sauce. And then our sidecar. Oh yeah, I think this is good enough. Let's get her on the in the bun and get this baby going. All right, first up, hot dog in the bun. Wow, almost got away from me. Next up, we're putting on our quick guac. Oh yes, creamy, limey, salty. And I got a little spoon over here. And Next up is our salsa. Now, I happen to have an amazing little Mexican grocery store next to my house, and it's absolutely fantastic. And they make some of the greatest salsa. To that salsa, we're gonna add a little bit of our cheese. Oh, LA, New York to LA. I think that's a Huey Lewis. New York, New York. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to sing every video. Let's cut up our pepper. Look at that. Look at how roasty toasty that is. That's gonna be absolutely fantastic. And just because I don't wanna bite into any stems. Nobody wants stems, man. We used to spend so many hours sitting at the coffee table making sure there were no stems for whatever it was that we didn't want stems in. It's actually legal out here, so, you know.
Stems.
Yeah, stems are legal out here. All right, first up, we're going in with our mustard. Next up, we got some mayo, and I like to use the Japanese mayo. This hot dog probably gets the most of anything, but it's fine with me. And then top that off with our hot sauce. And I'm telling you, doesn't that look beautiful? The LA Danger Dog. So we've got our New York, let's recap here. We've got our New York spicy kraut dog where we crisp it up. We got our Chicago dog. We made our own bun. We diced our peppers down and we got everything, all the vegetables in there really nice and smooth. We're not gonna have any big bites of bullshit in there. And then we've got our bacon wrapped Danger Dog, going all the way back to its roots in 1914 with Harold Danger, who built these dogs on the street next to Dodger Stadium. I'm pretty sure that's the real story of the Danger Dog. When we come back, we're looking at all three of these dogs, and then I'm taking bites of each of them. Stick around. We've taken you cross country from New York to Chicago to LA, and now it's time to taste these amazing hot dogs. I can tell you, we've done a little bit of some pro moves on each one of these, just to kind of up the ante a little bit. Up the ante. And we're just gonna eat it. So here we are, the New York Kraut Dog. Man, that takes me back to the streets of New York. All those beautiful hot dog carts, the steam rising from the streets, getting yelled at by taxi cab drivers. It just doesn't get any better than that. It's off to Chicago and the Windy City. And I already told you what we did, so I'm just gonna eat. All right, here we go. Wow, one of those peppers went down the wrong way. Worth it. Today, this might be the best Chicago dog I've had ever. It's perfect. All of the elements were there. And you notice when I took a bite, it didn't fall apart. Speaking of falling apart, this LA dog has just about had it with all the sauce. Whew, this is a hot mess. And I'm not talking about the hot dog, folks. The bacon, the salty bacon, the creamy of the avocado, the guac that we made, are just fantastic. And what's awesome is every single city has its own flavor. If you want to take your friends cross country from LA to New York City by way of Chicago, you got to make these three regional dogs. Fantastic. And see the shirt? Look down below. You can buy all of our shirts now right from the YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.